Hello everyone, this is Dr. Suman, Associate Professor from the Department of Civil Engineering, AJ Institute of Engineering Technology, Bangalore. Today I will be introducing you to the concept of moment of inertia. So in the previous classes we have looked into the concept of centroid, which is one of the prerequisite to undergo this course. So you please brush up the centroid concepts once more. However, I'll be introducing the moment of inertia to you. So, you studied the centroid of some basic geometrical figures, which is very important, and you saw how an irregular lamina can be split into number of geometrical components and centroid of each component is found out, and using that we found out the x bar y bar, that is the centroid of the entire lamina, correct? So it has very important application in engineering. It is used in the design so that you develop a stable component. It is also necessary in stress and deflection analysis of beams. It is most useful for the studies of center of gravity and moment of inertia in engineering. So along with centroid, I also introduced to the concept of center of gravity. That is the point where the entire plane, that is the entire lamina's area is concentrated or the mass is concentrated. That point is called as the centroid, and the point where the entire body's weight is concentrated, that is called as center of gravity. And that is, center of gravity is an imaginary balancing point where the body weight can be assumed to be concentrated. Okay, so I also told you that if it is a uniform density figure, or if it is made up of the same density, entire lamina is made of same density, then the centroid and the center of gravity coincides. That is, those are the problems which we solved in the previous classes. However, sometimes the figure may be non-uniform, okay, then the center of gravity need not coincide with that of the centroid. You may also find in real conditions, it can be found inside the body or outside the body depending upon the position and the configuration. Okay, for uniform objects it is inside the body, and for non-uniform objects it is outside the body. Even for human beings, when they are walking, simple example is human beings when they are walking in different position, the CG appears to be in different places. Okay, so it is centered in different points. So here the CG is found inside the body, CG is found outside in the chair. Here in a cup the CG is concentrated here, and this is a boomerang where the CG may be concentrated outside. Likewise, you can get umpteen number of cases where CG is found outside the body. So centroid is one of the prerequisite for you for going for the topic of moment of inertia. Okay, let's see what is moment of inertia. So by now you would have already been introduced to the concept of inertia in +2. I think inertia is one of the important concept which you would have studied. It is nothing but a measure of resistance which the body offers for any movement in the horizontal or vertical direction. That is called as the inertia. It is basically the resistance offered by the body for any change. Now, when I say moment of inertia, moment separately you have understood the concept, and inertia separately you have understood the concept. Now, when I say moment of inertia of any body, what does it mean? It simply means that the resistance offered by any object for against the rotation of this object about an axis. If at this point there is an axis, About this point, if I want to rotate this object, then the resistance offered by this object for the rotation is called as moment of inertia. Okay, you have studied what is moment of area. Moment of area, nothing but the centroid, that is A into x. Do you remember in the centroid concepts we used to multiply the area of a single single object, geometrical object, into the perpendicular distance if you want to find out the moment of area. What is moment? Moment is nothing but force into distance. Okay, then we studied moment of area, that is nothing but area into perpendicular distance. Area into perpendicular distance. Here this is nothing but the second moment of area. Second moment of area, when we moment of area or a moment of mass, when I say second moment of area is ax into the perpendicular distance. Once again, if I say this is x distance from this axis, then second moment of area is ax into x. So we represent moment of inertia in terms of I, which is equal to A into x squared. In some of the text you may find it as m into r square. So m is nothing but the mass, x is nothing but the perpendicular distance. Okay, so area unit is meter square or millimeter square into distance square, that is meter square or millimeter square. So millimeter if you are using, then it is millimeter to the power 4, meter to the power 4, or in meter if you are representing. So that is nothing but the second moment of area or second moment of mass, which is also called as moment of inertia. Moment of inertia is the measure of resistance of the object against the rotation with respect to an axis, which is called as second moment of area or mass. It varies from axis to axis of the same body. Yeah, here you are considering with respect to this axis, say y or something, which is perpendicular to that of the plane. If you consider the moment of inertia with respect to x, with respect to z, for the same body the moment of inertia will change. That is what it means. Okay, and moment of inertia, the higher the moment of inertia, more is the objection. Like if it is high here, moment of inertia of this body, then its free rotation about this doesn't happen. Whereas if the moment of inertia is small, then it is easy to move this object around the axis. Okay, so it is basically the resistance. Moment of inertia is just the rotational inertia, the resistance for the rotational motion about an axis. So this is an irregular lamina lying in x and y plane. Now this irregular lamina's centroid point, at what distance it is from the y-axis, what distance it is from the x-axis, is what we found out in case of centroid. When I say moment of inertia about the y-axis, this is the y-axis. The moment of inertia about the y-axis of this irregular lamina will be Iyy is equal to A into x square. Same way, moment of inertia about the x-axis will be Ixx is equal to A y square. This is the y distance. Okay. So you should remember these formulas while solving the problem. Next is the parallel axis theorem. So what is parallel axis theorem? This is an irregular lamina whose centroidal axis is passing here, and there is a reference axis. We have seen what is reference axis in centroid. So this one is the reference axis. So what the parallel axis theorem states that moment of inertia of the plane about an axis I11, okay, about the axis I moment of inertia parallel to the centroidal axis. Okay, Ix bar is equal to, means the moment of inertia about this Ix bar is equal to the sum of the moment of inertia about the centroidal axis, that is Ix bar, and the product of plane figure and the distance between the two axes. Okay, y bar is the distance between the centroidal axis and the reference axis. So this plane is having its centroid lying in this axis, that is the centroidal axis xx. This is the reference axis 1 1. So xx is at a distance of y bar from the reference axis. So my moment of inertia about the plane 1 1 is equal to moment of inertia about this point plus product of area into the y bar square. Okay, that is what this theorem states. So let us consider the plane in the figure of total area A. Let Ix bar be the moment of inertia about the x-axis, I11 be the moment of inertia about the 1 1 axis. Okay. Now similar how you derive the expressions in the case of centroid, how you would solve the x bar y bar, similar way we have to find the moment of inertia. Now consider an elemental strip of area dA and which is at a distance of y from xx axis. Okay, so now the moment of inertia of this particular strip about the xx axis will be how much? Moment is nothing but area into the perpendicular distance, moment of area, but moment of inertia of the strip is nothing but this dA into 2 times the y distance. So it is dA, elemental strip area, into y square. Okay. Now this is the moment of inertia of the one particular strip, whereas moment of inertia of the total area of this lamina, whose area will be summation dA, about the xx axis. What is the moment of inertia of the total area? Total area is small dA is like this, sum of that is summation dA into y square. Okay, that is nothing but our Ix bar. Okay, now the moment of inertia of this particular strip about the reference axis 1 1 is this dA into the perpendicular distance. What is the total perpendicular distance up to the reference axis? That is y plus y bar. Okay, one time. But the moment of inertia of the strip about the axis 1 1 axis is equal to this elemental strip area into square of this distance, right? So it is y plus y bar whole square. Okay. Now the moment of area of one strip about 1 1 axis is so much. Moment of inertia of the total area about the strip 1 1 is given by I11 is equal to, total area means here summation should come, summation dA into perpendicular distance y plus y bar, expand this y square, this is nothing but a plus b whole square formula, that is y square plus y bar square plus 2 times y into y dash. Okay. Split this, expand this equation, summation dA into y square plus summation dA into y bar square plus 2 times y bar into summation dA y. Okay. Now, as the distance of CG of the whole area from the centroidal distance is 0, y is equal to 0. Why y is equal to 0 for the whole area? We are talking about the whole area. Okay. See, when it comes to one strip, its CG, somewhere it might be here of this elemental strip, its CG is at a distance of y from the centroidal axis xx. But now I am talking about the CG of the entire plane. It's already given that xx is the CG of the entire plane here. So when I am talking about the moment of inertia of the total area, okay, it is CG is passing through this, so there is no y distance for this entire area. So y is equal to 0. Okay. So I have this expression summation dA y squared. What is summation dA y squared? Summation dA y squared, we already know that it is Ix bar. So left hand side it is I11, put it I11. This one is nothing but Ix bar, put it here. Next one is summation A is nothing but capital A, the area of the entire lamina, into y bar square, correct? Plus this y I got as 0 for the entire lamina. So this cancels off. So only the term this will remain. That is I11 is equal to Ix bar plus capital A total area into y bar square. This is what we wanted to prove. Okay. So it is proved for I11. So similarly, instead of here, if I take here it is 1 1, right, axis. Here if I take another axis which is in the y direction, another reference axis saying 2 2, then I22 would be similarly moment of inertia about an axis I22 as shown in the figure would be given by I22 is equal to Iy bar plus Ax bar square. Iy bar is Iy bar passing through this for this moment of inertia about the yy axis, and A area of the entire lamina. X bar distance is the distance from this reference axis. Okay. So similarly, how we solved for y axis, similar way we can solve for the x axis we solve, for y also we can solve taking the reference axis. So it is I22 moment of inertia about the axis, reference axis 22 for the whole figure. Okay. Next theorem is the perpendicular axis theorem. So what does this theorem state? This theorem states that the moment of inertia of the plane figure, about an axis which is perpendicular to the plane of the figure, okay, is equal to sum of moment of inertia about the two mutually perpendicular directions, axis, that is x axis and y axis. Okay, so that is nothing but Iz bar is equal to Ix bar plus Iy bar. So this is a lamina of total area A. Okay, let us choose an elemental strip of dA at a distance of x from, this is y axis, okay, x from y axis, y from x axis, and at a distance of r from z axis. Okay, now since this is x distance I am talking about, so from this point to this point, the x distance, from this point to this point is nothing but our y distance. So parallel to this, what will be r square? R square is nothing but x square plus y square, correct? So I will consider an elemental strip of the area dA at this point. Okay, so what will be its moment of inertia about the x axis? About the x axis, this is the x axis, moment of inertia of area dA, the area, elemental strip of area dA into y square, correct, dA into y square. Moment of inertia of the whole area about x-axis. What is this whole area? I said one elemental strip area is dA. Summation of many dAs, such dAs in the entire plane will be summation dA into y squared. So I x bar is equal to summation dA into y square. Similarly, moment of inertia of the strip about the y-axis. So there is a small strip, elemental strip of area dA about the y-axis. This is the y-axis, dA into x squared. So for the entire lamina, the area is capital A into, or you may call it as summation dA into x squared. That is the moment of inertia of the whole area about the y-axis. Similarly, we have moment of inertia of the entire strip about the z-axis. Okay. Then the moment of inertia of the total area about the z-axis, which is nothing but summation dA into r square. But we already saw that r square is nothing but x square plus y square. Okay. So substitute the value of r in this. It is x square plus y square. So split up this equation. Summation dA into x square plus summation dA into y square. This is nothing but ix, iy bar and ix bar. Okay. So we get it as iz bar is equal to ix bar, because this is what we expanded here, right? So moment of inertia of the whole area about the z-axis is equal to moment of inertia of the whole area about the x-axis and the y-axis. Okay. So that is we proved in the perpendicular axis theorem. Next we will move on to the moment of inertia of each of the geometrical figures. Moment of inertia of a rectangle. Consider a rectangle of breadth b and depth d, and its centroidal axis is yy and xx. It's a uniform figure and the centroidal axis is it's symmetrical about the x and the y axis. Okay, so this is its centroidal axis. Now I will start, I am supposed to find out the moment of inertia of the whole figure about the xx axis. Okay, that is its centroidal xx axis. So let me consider a strip, elemental strip of area breadth b and depth dy at a distance of y. Y is up to this mark. Okay, this is the y distance where the elemental strip is at a y distance from the centroidal xx axis. Now if this is the xx axis, this rectangle is having the limit. If this is the center point, then below point will be minus, the whole is depth d, so this will be minus d by 2, and up to here it will be plus d by 2, correct, if this is the center point. So if I consider the moment of inertia of one single strip, okay, whose area is b into dy, moment of inertia of one single strip with respect to the centroidal xx axis is b into dy into y square. Sum up all the elemental strips existing within this rectangle. So it is minus d by 2 from this point to plus d by 2 up to this point for this moment of inertia of one single strip. Okay. So with respect to y, so y square becomes y cube by 3, limits minus d by 2 to d by 2. So b is outside, it's constant. B, this becomes, substitute d by 2 here, it becomes d cube by 8, 8 into 3, 24. So it becomes d cube by 24. Minus of minus becomes plus, correct? So it becomes d cube by 24, 2d cube by 24, Further simplifying, you get BD cube by 12. So what we started to prove is moment of inertia of the whole figure about the x axis. About the x axis, it is nothing but Ix bar. Similarly, you take a strip in the vertical direction and prove, then you will get it as Iy bar is equal to dB cube by 12. Please observe here along the centroidal x axis you will get BD cube by 12, whereas along Iy bar you get dB cube by 12. Okay, so you should know this formula, and because it is very useful, but you will have to directly substitute the formula while solving the problem. So for each figure, rectangle, triangle, circles, semicircle and the quarter circle, you should know what is the moment of inertia. Okay. Next one is moment of inertia of the triangle. Okay. In the moment of inertia of the triangle, consider a triangle of base B and depth D. Now consider a small elemental strip of width B1 and depth dy. So now taking the similar triangles CAB and this triangle, okay, you will get from similar triangles B1 by B is equal to, this depth is at a distance of y and this whole is d minus y is this distance. So it is d minus y divided by the entire depth d. Therefore, what is B1? B1 is equal to d minus y into b divided by d. Now, if I want to find out the area of the elemental strip, it is B1 into dy, right? So, where B1 is nothing but what we found from the similar triangles. Now, I need to find out the moment of inertia about this single strip about the reference axis AB, which is nothing but this whole area into twice the distance, perpendicular distance, that is y square. Further splitting up the terms, you will get B dy square BD y square divided by d minus b y cube into dy by d. Further simplifying, you will get this term. This is the moment of inertia of the strip about the axis AB for one strip. Now I need to know for the entire triangle, right? So moment of inertia of the whole area about AB. What is the depth of this? I told you the depth of this is d. So from the base, if I am considering 0 to d height, correct? So let me apply the limits 0 to d and the equation of moment of inertia of the one strip. So it will be split like this. Apply the integration. You will get this y square term will become y cube divided by 3. Limit 0 to d. Substitute the values. Here b by d is constant. Take it out. Y cube becomes y4 divided by 4. 0 to d. Substitute the values of d separately for this and this. Further simplifying, you will get IAB, moment of inertia about the base AB is nothing but BD cube by 12. Okay. Moment of inertia about the base AB. See, this is a non-uniform figure. In the previous case, in the rectangle, the width B does not changes. Okay, it doesn't change. Whereas in this, it is changing from 0 to B. Okay, so in that case, we consider the centroidal axis passing through middle of the figure because it is symmetrical about x and the y axis. However, here it is only symmetrical about the y axis, not the x axis, correct? not the x-axis. So we have taken the reference axis AB, and for which we found out the moment of inertia about the axis AB. Now what I want is moment of inertia about the xx axis. According to parallel axis theorem states that I11 is equal to Ix bar plus Ay bar square, correct? So substituting that, we'll get, I need to find out Ix bar, that is the moment of inertia about the centroidal axis Ixx, correct? So that is nothing but Ix bar. I need to find IAB, I know, substitute here, minus A into y squared, correct? What is y square? Y bar square here it is. Y bar square is nothing but for a triangle. What is the, where the CG lies from AB? From AB, CG lies at a distance of 1/3 D, correct? Do you agree? CG will lie somewhere here, which is at a distance of 1/3 D. If this whole thing is D, CG lies at 1/3 D for this point. From apex it will be at 2/3 D, correct? So substitute y bar. This y bar is 1/3 D. Area is area of the triangle, half into base into height for the entire triangle. Capital A is for the entire triangle. Easily you can apply half into base into D. IAB, what you found out? BD cube by 12. So it is BD cube by 36 for the simplifying this. Because this is 3 into 2, 6. No, this is square is there. 1 by 9. 9 into 2, 18. 18 and 12's common denominator is 36. So it is BD cube by 36 you get. That is Ix bar. Similarly, the moment of inertia of the triangle about the centroidal axis y. About the centroidal axis y. You will get it as dB cube by 36. Okay. So that is how we found out the moment of inertia of the triangle about its centroidal axis. So we'll move on to the moment of inertia to find out moment of inertia of a circle. So this is a circle. The question is given as derive an expression of moment of inertia of circle about its diametrical axis. Okay, about its diametrical axis. Let us consider a circular lamina of radius r from the center point, radius r, as shown in figure. Now in order to prove this a moment of inertia, to find out, what we'll do is first find out the elemental strip area. Consider an elemental strip of uniform thickness dx, which is at a distance of x from the center. What is the area of this elemental strip then? If the thickness is dx and the distance from the center is x, then it becomes, area of the elemental strip will become 2 pi x into dx. Correct? Then the moment of inertia. Moment of inertia about the z-axis. This is x, this is y. At this point, perpendicular to the plane is the z-axis. So the moment of inertia of the elemental strip about the z-axis is 2 pi x into dx into x square, the perpendicular distance x, which you have to multiply twice. So it is x square. Now the moment of inertia about the zz axis of the whole circle is Iz bar is equal to, limits are from 0 to r, because such elemental strips can be many throughout this distance r. So I need to integrate in between. 0 to r is the limit. So 0 to r, moment of inertia of this single strip. Substitute here. You can take 2 pi outside, x with respect to dx, integrating x to the power 4 divided by 4, 0 to r. Substitute the value of r here. Further simplifying, you will get pi r to the power 4 divided by 2. Okay. See, this figure is symmetrical about x and y axis. Okay, so you can write it as Ix bar is equal to Iy bar. Okay, and using the parallel axis theorem or perpendicular axis theorem, what does the perpendicular axis theorem state? Iz bar is equal to Ix bar plus Iy bar. Moment of inertia of the lamina about an axis which is perpendicular to the plane figure is equal to the moment of inertia of the sum of the moment of inertia of the mutual perpendicular directions. Correct? So it is Ix bar plus Iy bar. But what is Ix bar? Ix bar is equal to Iy bar. So this becomes 2 times any Ix bar or Iy bar, right? So here if I write Ix bar, then Ix bar is what? Ix bar is nothing but Iz bar divided by 2. Here that is divided by 2. Okay. So you can write Ix bar and Iy bar is equal to, you know what is Iz bar? What is Iz bar? Iz bar is nothing but pi r to the power 4 divided by 2. This one divided by 2. This is Iz bar. This divided by 2 will give you Ix bar. But we know that Ix bar is equal to Iy bar. So here it is pi r to the power 4 divided by 4 is Ix bar and Iy bar for the moment of inertia. It is simple, correct? So you need to remember this. Next one is the moment of inertia of the semicircle of radius r. See, unlike the circle, in circle the centroidal axis is passing through this, so you are not taking any reference axis, whereas in the semicircle the centroid will be lying somewhere here. We have seen in the previous video lecture, right? So we derived the centroid for all type of figures. So in semicircle we got to know that the centroid lies somewhere here. Now the centroidal axis is passing here. Take a reference axis AB here. Okay. Now find out what is the moment of inertia of the semicircle about the diametrical axis AB. Okay. This is the diameter of the semicircle. So about AB, what is the moment of inertia of the semicircle? Okay, that is, what did we find the moment of inertia about the diametrical axis? About diametrical axis for our circle we found about this, it is pi r to the power 4 by 2, that is for a circle. So for the semicircle it will be by 2 of that. So AB is lying here, this is the diametrical axis of the circle as well as the semicircle, whereas for circle it will be pi r to the power, it was pi r to the power 4 by 2. For semicircle it will be half of that. So it is pi r to the power 4 divided by 8, which IAB, moment of inertia about AB. Okay. So, but from the parallel axis theorem we know that any reference axis is equal to moment of inertia about the x axis plus area into the product of the area into y bar square, that is the product of area and y bar square. What is y bar? Y bar is the distance from our reference axis AB. Okay, so we found out what is IAB, that is pi r to the power 4 divided by 8 minus, you need Ix bar, right? Ix bar about this axis. So Ix bar is equal to IAB minus a y bar square, area of the semicircle pi r square by 2 into, what is the y bar for semicircle? We know y bar for semicircle as 4r by 3 pi, point line from parallel to AB up to this point, that is 4r by 3 pi. Substitute here, simplify this further, substitute what is IAB, further simplifying you will get Ix bar as 0.11 r to the power 4. Okay, so we found that moment of inertia about the x-axis axis is 0.11 r to the power 4. Similarly, we have y-y axis which is passing here middle. So you can take it directly as pi r to the power 4 by 8. Okay, because in this case x-axis is above the diametrical axis, whereas y-y is passing through the diametrical axis, correct? So you can take it as directly pi r to the power 4 divided by 8. That is half of that of the circle. For y-y axis, what did you find? It is pi r to the power 4 by 4 divided by 2. You will get it as pi r to the power 4 divided by 8. Okay, that is for the semicircle. Now next is the quarter circle. Quarter circle is again half of that of the semicircle. Okay, half of that of the semicircle. So we found for semicircle as 0.11 r to the power 4. For quarter circle, it will be half of that, 0.055 r to the power 4. Why? Even if you consider the reference axis AB here and another reference axis CA, you think here, this point YY axis and XX, its CG for the quarter circle will lie somewhere here. So if you look into the semicircle here, this point somewhere is the CG line, correct? So that point is nothing but 4r by 3 pi. So the same derivation by divided by 2, because this is the quarter circle here. In this way we found out Ix bar and Iy bar for the quarter circle. Okay, so that's all for now in this video. These are the important derivations which you need to study to solve the moment of inertia problems. In the next video we will solve some numericals on this concept. Thank you.